We'll check the transmission fluid on this Toyota Camry. Car's got to be on level ground. Pop the hood. The 4-cylinder and the 6-cylinder have the stick in about the same place. To remove the transmission stick, there's a latch that needs to be pulled out. The car's got to be running, so we'll start it. The transmission's cold right now. We'll wipe off the stick with a rag. Put the stick back in and then pull it back out. There's notches for when it's cold and if the engine is hot. Because the temperature is cold, we'll check it here and you can see the fluid's a little low. To make sure all the transmission fluid is distributed equally, put your foot on the brake and run it through all the gears like this and back through. This will make sure the fluid is equally distributed into all the gears. Most people check everything when the engine and transmission are warm. When everything's up to temperature, we're going to use these marks. Transmission fluid type is marked on the dipstick itself. It's a little hard to read, but it says TIV. Here's the special transmission fluid from Toyota, ATF type TIV or T4, depending upon how you want to read it. That would be Roman numeral 4. To add fluid, you're going to need a clean, thin funnel. It's going to have to fit into the tube like this. We'll need to make sure the temperature in the car is up. With the temperature up, I'll check the fluid level. Here we can see that the fluid level is quite low. We'll add the fluid very slowly because we do not want to overfill all this. We'll pour a little bit in, we'll check it, run it through all the gears. Here I can see a little transmission fluid on the stick. We can still see that we're a little bit low. We'll add in a little bit more. Without running it all the way through the transmission, this looks really high. We'll run it through all of the different gears and you'll see it'll lower on the stick. Now we'll check it again. There may be some transmission fluid on the stick, but you can see it's lower now. We can still see that it needs more. I'd rather just put in a little bit at a time than overfill it. This side it looks like it's too full. This side looks like it's not full. Let it settle down a little bit. I can see a little better on the stick, at least on one side. I'll add in more. We lost quite a bit of fluid on this one because we hit a deer with the car. We're fully up to temperature here. I'll turn off the car and let everything settle out a little. Let everything sit for half an hour. Let everything warm back up. Now it's a lot easier to see the fluid. I need to go until I get it up into these marks when it's hot. I'll need to pick up more fluid, but that's the idea. That's how I check and fill the transmission fluid on a Toyota Camry.